My name is Marlise Vanason, and today we'll be closely investigating the concept of stereotyping. I'll be using the art of spoken word to illustrate this concept. The spoken word is presented by BuzzFeed. In this video, a few Indigenous adults refer to the common stereotypes made by society and counteract these views through their own life journeys. Stereotyping can be defined as making prejudgments against people who are of a different culture or race to ourselves. Stereotyping can take many forms and is not limited to prejudgments about race, but also about making assumptions about gender, sexuality, and even about the lifestyle. It is second nature to make prejudgments based on first appearances. These judgments aren't always so conscious. However, it is so ingrained into our mindsets that most of the time we don't even notice it. Stereotyping has been haunting society for many years. We see many examples of stereotyping becoming deadly, especially in the United States of America, as evidenced by the many African Americans who have died because of untrue stereotypes about them being dangerous. Just imagine, it's a hot day. You start feeling like a nice cold ice cream, so you walk over to your closest shop. However, on the way you encounter a police officer. The officer immediately stops you. You try and rationalize why you're outside. You innocently take a step forward, then all of a sudden the police officer pulls out a gun. Without any further information, he pulls the trigger and shoots you dead on the spot. Now stop for a second. Before making excuses for the officer, how could we have avoided just another pointless death? How can we successfully create enough awareness of the false stereotypes affecting our communities to the point of pointless deaths? We need to create a true understanding of our preconceived ideas that are taught to us by media, school, and even by our families. The video that I will show you in just a second illustrates that preconceived ideas we have about the Aboriginal community are indeed false. This video bridges the gap between cultures by showing how alike we are no matter what our heritage is. We are all different, yet so similar.
I'm Aboriginal and I think it's important to smash stereotypes.
I'm Aboriginal, but I'm not a threat to you.
I'm Aboriginal, but I don't steal.
I'm Aboriginal, but I'm educated.
I'm Aboriginal, but I don't use drugs.
But I don't live in a hut.
But I'm not an Abo.
But I am not ignorant of other cultures.
But I do not drink.
But I'm not dark-skinned.
And I'm not on any welfare benefits.
But I'm not dumb. But I'm not scary.
But I'm not violent towards women.
But I'm not an angry black woman.
But I'm not a boom.
But I'm not in prison.
But I'm not a criminal.
But I'm not good at sport.
I didn't receive free education. But I'm not driving around in a free car.
But I don't get everything for free.
I work hard for it.
I'm Aboriginal and I finished high school and I went on to university.
And I'm currently at uni studying my second degree in science. And I have 2 university degrees.
And I'm a journalist.
And I have a degree in Bachelor of Nursing.
And I have succeeded in your society.
And I'm a neurology nurse.
And I have retained my culture.
And I'm a proud nerd of Buffy.
And I performed for Grace Jones.
And I respect all colours and races.
And I want justice for all peoples in this country.
And I love dogs and pugs and French bulldogs.
And I am a very humane person.
And my family accept me and my husband.
And I'm proud to be a strong Aboriginal woman because I come from a line of strong Aboriginal women who are not afraid to stand up.
I'm Aboriginal and I'm very proud we've survived everything we've been through.
Racism is so embedded into our society's culture, there needs to be a change. The change will only happen when we stop building walls between cultures, by restoring relationships between communities and realizing that we all have the same goals. Now, I want you to imagine that you're a Muslim woman who wears your hijab as respect for your culture. You commute to work by train every day, but one day, while you're sitting down, you notice that people are giving you the dirtiest looks, and everybody's avoiding you. You look around and you notice that you're the only one sitting in the row of seats. The people around you look generally terrified. A man breaks the silence by calling you a terrorist. How do you react? Why does one member doing harm to a community harm a reputation of an entire religion? In November 2015, Australia was hit by a major blow when a restaurant in Sydney became a target from a terrorist group. Australia didn't know how to handle this news, and panic broke out throughout Australia. Who can we trust? Will it happen again? How do we prevent that from happening? Australia was in panic mode and our immediate reaction was fear and anger. Our immediate reaction was to place people in boxes according to how they looked and dressed. Hope, however, broke out when people decided to take a stand against prejudgments and stereotyping and embrace everyone as a human, not a religion. The hashtag I'll Ride With You movement was developed to bridge this gap between cultures and religions. People decided to stop the preconceived ideas of other religions. This is what we need to see more of, not stereotyping people who look differently to us, who dress differently, or worship differently to us. We need to show love regardless of colour, race, size. We need to acknowledge that people can't be placed in boxes and we can't be limited by our stereotypes. We are all people, and yet we are so similar.